this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Ready for a different take on Formula One? Look no further than No Grip, a new podcast tackling the culture of motor racing's most coveted series. Join me, Lily Herman, as we dive into the underexplored pockets of F1, including the astrology of the current grid, the story of the sport's most consequential driver's strike, and plenty of other mishaps, scandals, and sagas that have made Formula One a delightful, decadent dumpster fire for more than 75 years. Listen to No Grip on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Amanda Knox, and in the new podcast, Doubt, The Case of Lucy Letby, we unpack the story of an unimaginable tragedy that gripped the UK in 2023. But what if we didn't get the whole story?
Evidence has been made to fit.
The moment you look at the whole picture, the case collapses.
What if the truth was disguised by a story we chose to believe?
Oh my God, I think she might be innocent.
Listen to Doubt, The Case of Lucy Letby on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Special Agent Regal, Special Agent Bradley Hall.
In 2018, the FBI took down a ring of spies working for China's Ministry of State Security, one of the most mysterious intelligence agencies in the world.
The Sixth Bureau podcast is a story of the inner workings of the MSS and how one man's ambition and mistakes opened its vault of secrets.
Listen to The Sixth Bureau on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Clayton Eckerd. In 2022, I was the lead of ABC's The Bachelor.
But here's the thing. Bachelor fans hated him.
If I could press a button and rewind it all, I would.
That's when his life took a disturbing turn. A one-night stand would end in a courtroom.
The media is here. This case has gone viral.
The dating contract.
Agree to date me, but I'm also suing you.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
I'm Stephanie Young. Listen to Love Trapped on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem, and I'm your host. Hey, it's J.O., and this is a very special Laugh With Me. And I know I say that often. This is very special because to me, well, damn it, they're all special. I mean, shouldn't I feel that way? Hopefully you do too. This is, it's continuing the story of, something that's been ongoing, especially on the socials. It's this beef. I got this beef out there with this local Omaha open micer named Ben Webb. And today he takes his final resting place in our world. And we're going to get to that. But before we get there, I got to tell you a story, and this is kind of where this all started as far as this episode. Because this episode, today, Johnny, we are giving you the very first ever. And of course, it's going to be fluid, right? Who knows, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in 3 years, we'll come back and we will update this. But right now, we know for a fact we have our very first inaugural Laugh With Me banned list. That's right, Johnny. There's some people getting banned from Laugh With Me. Now, you might be asking, okay, they're getting banned. Big deal. What does that mean? They just can't be on the pod? Like, what's the story there? Well, if you are in fact on the banned list, yes, you're not allowed to be on the pod as a guest. That's a given, right? If you're on the banned list, why would we ever have you on as a guest? Johnny, please take note of this list, okay? I don't want to get a rundown one day and see some people that are on the banned list as guests. I mean, that's not how this works. Can you get off the banned list? Sure you can. Sure you can. Everybody deserves a second chance, right? Sometimes a third, fourth, fifth, even sixth chances. Robert Downey Jr. So there is a chance that you can get back in the good graces of Johnny and I and in the world that is the Laugh With Me podcast. But it's not an easy road ahead for you. I'm just going to tell you that right now, because it's not just that you're getting banned from being a guest on the pod. You're also being fully committed as a character on the show now. Okay, so that means whomever is banned might be evolving in our world just a bit. And let's just say you've earned it, okay? If that's the case, then you have earned it. Now, we've got one guy in particular that is going to be inducted into the Laugh With Me podcast ban list today, and we're going to get to him. But before we get to that, I got to tell you the story, because there's this other guy who has made the list, so to speak, and I didn't see it coming. It started a few weeks back. I got new phones. Okay, got the, you're at Verizon. You can upgrade your phones. Got the kids new phones first. Okay, they wanted new phones. Blah blah blah. Got them new phones. So then I had their old phones, and it you've got the options. You can have them mailed back. You can drop them off at a brick and mortar Verizon store, which there's many. There is many Verizon stores in Omaha and surrounding areas. So I had many options there. And then I'm like, well, I've got the two phones for the kids, and then I got the other two phones. Am I gonna upgrade those? Well, that eventually came weeks later. Someone out of necessity. It was time to get a functioning phone that wasn't going to be completely full of space. And I needed space, basically. It wasn't completely full, the memory. So now we have 4 new phones. And now that means we have 4 old phones. Now, what I did was 2 of them were set up to be shipped back. Okay? 2 of them were set up to just be dropped off at the local Verizon store. No big deal. I don't care. What my mistake here, it wasn't in having 2 different things as far as how to return them. My mistake was that I just didn't return them on time. Johnny, that one's on me, hand up. And I will tell you, when I saw the Verizon guy in person, I said this was my fault. I should have returned these on time, but I didn't. So because I didn't, they took off all the credits of all the returns and all that stuff, right? So then suddenly my bill is astronomical. And it's not like the cell phone bills are already astronomical, right? They're always creeping. They're always creeping up. But this one was ridiculous. So obviously I'm not paying that, right? Well, then they shut it off. My phone, that is. So then I'm like, well, shoot, now I got to pay it. Knowing when I return these phones, I'm going to get a credit, blah, 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 blah. I'm basically just paying double, right? 1 month, and then I'm going to get that back the next month. I know I'm paying ahead, essentially. So that part didn't bother me. It was just that now there's a sense of urgency. I've got to do it. So I do. I go. I grab all 4 phones. I grab a box. And I'm like, here's the deal. It's not like I can call Verizon because, well, my phone's not working now. So now I go to the Verizon store that I had the 2 phones set up to be dropped off at. I'm like, worst case here, I'm going to get these 2 phones dropped off. Maybe they'll take all 4. I doubt it, but maybe they will. I'll have them. But for sure, I'm going to drop off these 2 be good to go there, pay what I need to pay, get this bad boy rolling. So you go to the Verizon Store, and then, like, it's just, like anywhere, you're going to have to wait, when you want to deal one-on-one with somebody, and that's okay. I expect that. So I've got my box, I've got my 4 phones, I'm sitting there, just patiently waiting, and I'm not looking to buy anything. It's not like I'm looking at all the goods. I'm just sitting there. I'm being patient. There was 4 people working. One of them opens up. He goes, hey, let me help you. I'm like, yeah, perfect. So I come up with my box, and I'm explaining to him how I've got these 4 phones, but 2 of them I'm to drop off. I'm late on it. My bad. That's on me. But here's my situation. He immediately shuts it down. He goes, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't do this. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm just trying to, like, return the phones like I was supposed to. Johnny, he looked at me like I was the biggest idiot in the world. He's like, did you get your new phones here? And I'm like, well, I got my new phones at Verizon. I did it on the website. Then it is absolutely impossible that you can drop off these phones here at the store unless you received those new phones from this location. And I go, well, I don't know where the new phones came from. All I know is that's how I ordered it, and it specifically asked me if I want to drop them off at the store. It had your location and everything. He goes, absolutely not. You have been bamboozled. And I'm like, bamboozled? How does a guy get bamboozled by their own company? Like, it was their own website. And he's saying I got bamboozled just because it told me I could drop off 2 of the phones at the store. He's like, nope, you got to call, blah, 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 blah. And I go, here's the thing. I can't call them. So I need to pay some money so that I can do that. I was like, but I need to check in these phones so that I can go about my business knowing that my future billing is going to be back to what it was. And he's just like, well, absolutely not. Can't help you. Nothing. Can't help you at all. And I'm like, so you're telling me that there's not a human person in this world, in town right now, that can help me with my situation. You have all these stores and nobody can help me, is what you're telling me. He goes, absolutely not, unless you got them right here in the store. And I'm like, I think you're wrong, sir. And I kind of chuckled. And he's like, I'm not wrong. You have to call, blah. And I go, I cannot. And you know this because I explained to you the situation. And I promise you, I'm going to figure out a way to call this number like you said. And I'm going to be back. And he did not like that. He did not want me back. That's when I told him, and that's the thing. Remember, this all started my fault, hand up. I didn't return the phones in appropriately at the right time to the right place. Apparently, I didn't do those things. What I was expecting, I guess, from the company in which I'm paying the money to that's helping me here is just some guidance in how to accomplish what I need to accomplish here and quickly, because I want to pay the bill, which knowing it's going to be a lot, I need to pay it, and then I know I'll have credits coming, and then I need to return the phones. That's essentially it. And there was never oh yeah, well, we can't do this, but here's what we can do, which that's customer service. That's customer service, Johnny. Well, you can't do this, but here's what we can do. Here's how we're going to help you today. Instead, I'm walking out of there yelling. Which this is how you know my iron's low, I did just get some blood yesterday, and I'm going to be getting more next week. And this is how you know it's getting low. My body temperature is running really, really warm. I'm super tired, and I'm on edge. And this guy, I'm passionate about customer service. Have been. It's in my bones, serving people. And this guy refused to even consider the thought that he could help us. You know what? I should have known, because the older couple that was being helped by him, when I say helped, I should have air quotes up. They were being helped by him before me, and he was very adamant that he absolutely cannot print a statement for them. They wanted like a billing statement or something. You have to do that on your own. I cannot do that. We cannot print that here. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. Maybe there's a deeper story there. But the story within this one, with me, is that he refused to help me. And I had his goods. I had his phones. And I said, I'm going to call this number. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to call this number. And they are going to tell me that I come back here. And I'm going to come back. And I'm going to be a problem. And I told him that wasn't a promise. That was a threat. Well, then you say the word threat, whether it's dumb or not. And I what am I going to do? What's my threat? My threat was that I'm coming back. And I'm going to be a problem. Which just means, yeah, I'm going to let you know how wrong you were because you're being a little bitch. That was my threat. Well, a threat to him, it could mean anything, right? So, anyways, I didn't go out in cuffs or anything, but I did leave. With my box, with my 4 phones. There was a Scooter's coffee shop nearby. I used the Wi-Fi to be able to call this number. Well, the number wouldn't work because, like I told you, the freaking phone, it's shut off right now. But I was able to pay the obnoxiously large bill. And then it took, 15 minutes or so or whatever before I could finally speak to somebody. And you know what? When I spoke to this lady, and she was super nice. When I spoke to this lady at Verizon, she could not believe that guy would not take the 2 phones that were supposed to have been dropped off there. Her mind was blown. And I'm like, ma'am, you do not understand. He said that you guys bamboozled me. And that's just completely obnoxious to her, that would even be a thing. So, in the end, she got me taken care of. All 4 phones were then mailed. I got it all. It's all done. It's all taken care of. And everything's right in the world as far as that goes. But one thing that we do need to do just to kind of get closure on this is we have to declare war on this Verizon location, and we are putting the Verizon guy that I dealt with, he's on the list. You're on the ban list, Verizon guy.
I'm Clayton Eckerd, and in 2022, I was the lead of ABC's The Bachelor.
Unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan. He became the first Bachelor to ever have his final rose rejected. The internet turned on him.
If I could press a button and rewind it all, I would.
But what happened to Clayton after the show made even bigger headlines. It began as a one-night stand and ended in a courtroom, with Clayton at the center of a very strange paternity scandal.
The media is here. This case has gone viral.
The dating contract.
Agree to date me, but I'm also suing you.
Please search warrant.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
I'm Stephanie Young. This is Love Trapped. This season, an epic battle of he said, she said, and the search for accountability in a sea of lies.
I have done nothing except get pregnant by the Bachelor!
Listen to Love Trapped on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Jay Shetty, host of the On Purpose podcast. I'm joined by Luke Combs, award-winning country music artist and one of the most authentic voices in music today. Luke opens up about success, self-doubt, mental health, and what it really takes to stay true to who you are when your life changes overnight.
I hate fame. I hate the word celebrity. I hate those words. They make me uncomfortable. But I think when you get to a certain point, the fame or the success or the influence, it just accentuates and exacerbates the inherent person that you are. The guy that says he's always going to be there and that will do anything to be there is the only guy that's not there. I'm in Australia when Bo was born. My whole identity is that no matter what, I'm going to prioritize my wife and my children over my job. I dread the conversation with my son.
What do you think you'd say? Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ready for a different take on Formula One? Look no further than No Grip, a new podcast tackling the culture of motor racing's most coveted series. Join me, Lily Herman, as we dive into the underexplored pockets of F1. Including the astrology of the current grid.
Lewis Hamilton, Capricorn Sun, Cancer Moon. Wouldn't you know it, Michael Schumacher is also a Capricorn Sun, Cancer Moon.
The story of the sport's most consequential driver strike.
We have one man who, upon hearing that he was going to be fired, freaked out and apparently climbed out the window of the bathroom.
And was Daniel Ricciardo's illustrious F1 career a success story, a cautionary tale, or some combination of both?
He started getting all of this attention, and he maybe started to think, I'm bigger than this. I'm better.
And plenty of other mishaps, scandals, and sagas that have made Formula One a delightful, decadent dumpster fire for more than 75 years. Listen to No Grip on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
In 2023, a story gripped the UK, evoking horror and disbelief.
The nurse who should have been in charge of caring for tiny babies is now the most prolific child killer in modern British history.
Everyone thought they knew how it ended. A verdict, a villain, a nurse named Lucy Letby.
Lucy Letby has been found guilty.
But what if we didn't get the whole story?
The moment you look at the whole picture, the case collapses.
I'm Amanda Knox, and in the new podcast, Doubt, the Case of Lucy Letby, we follow the evidence and hear from the people that lived it to ask what really happened when the world decided who Lucy Letby was.
No voicing of any skepticism or doubt.
It'll cause so much harm at every single level of the British establishment of this is wrong.
Listen to Doubt, the Case of Lucy Letby on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I highly doubt that guy's ever getting off this list because, frankly, I probably won't ever run into him again. But if I do, I'm going to have to let him know he's on this list. I also reserve the right to create a character in your name. Those are the rules. That's the banned list rules. Okay, but he's the very first inductee onto the Laugh With Me banned list. Well deserved, I think. Like I told you, very passionate about customer service. Always have been. And the fact that he just wouldn't even consider that there was something that he could do. Maybe take my payment. Then I could call, then I could sort out. Like, there were options here. He didn't even put in my name or number or anything to see if what I was saying was true or not. He could have looked it up and been like, oh, shit, yeah, one, you should have returned the phones. Two, you should have paid the bill. Yeah, I am aware, sir, and here I am trying to rectify all this. Like, there could have been a fun back and forth there, and we could have made it okay. And then now here we are, Verizon guys on the ban list. So that's where we're at. But he's not the only one making the banned list here today. No. We've got a wide-ranging list of characters that are now joining the Laugh With Me universe where we will poke fun. We will mostly poke fun. I think, yeah, there's not really... Johnny gives me a whole list of things we're going to make fun. I mean, that's where we're at. Verizon guys at the tippy top of that list right now. Here's another one. Here's people that, I just can't deal with. The people like at work that are constantly calling out. They're sick. They've got their kids sick. Something's going on, right? It's always something. And they're starting to get real damn creative, too. But it's always something. And then, to have the gumption to complain about not getting enough hours. How does that happen? You got hours. You're on the schedule. You're choosing not to show up. That's the agreement, right? You have been employed by whomever it is. You're employed. There's a schedule that's written. Those are yours. You work those? Shoot. We'll pay you an hourly rate. Tell you what, we'll even deposit it directly into your bank account every 2 weeks. That's the agreement. Man, these people will be complaining. Oh, I don't get any hours. I'm like, what do you mean you're not getting any hours? I schedule you plenty of hours. You just don't show up. Then there's the other side where it's like, all right, well, now I got to run my business, and I got somebody who's constantly calling out or leaving work early or whatever it is. So I'm going to now have to manipulate the schedule in a way that I have people that are going to be there. So if you leave work, if I have tracked that you're going to leave work every Friday at 1 o'clock when you're scheduled till 5, guess what? I'm now going to schedule you till 1, and I'm going to schedule somebody else to come in at 1 and take care of business so I can take care of business. And then you're like, where are my hours? Yeah, they're up your butt. That's where they're at. So to those people that are constantly calling out and then complaining about not getting hours, you're on the Laugh At Me Banned List. And well deserved for that one. The next inductee on this list, and this is something that's gone back probably a couple of years now. He's like the best baseball player in the world, Shohei Ohtani. I got big beef with you, brother. I don't know how you got out of that gambling scandal so quickly. It still bothers me. Maybe it's because he's a Dodger and I'm a Padres fan and I got to watch his ass beat us up all freaking season. But either way, I don't know how he so quickly and so neatly had that ginormous gambling, sports betting, gambling scandal go away so quickly. I like to think it's not over, but it just certainly does appear to be over, and his interpreter is going to be the fall guy. Is the fall guy. I mean, either way, it's sad. It's sad that there's athletes or celebrities or whatever that have issues come up that just get dragged out over and over and over. And Shohei Ohtani is just protected by the MLB and all their sponsors. So, with that being said, Shohei Ohtani, you are now officially on the Laugh With Me Banned List. Yeah. Don't even try. Ohtani's agent, publicist, whoever, do not even try to get on this show because you are out, sir. You are out. Finally, we have one more entrant to go. This is the initial Laugh With Me Banned List. And this is our boy, Mr. Joy on Purpose. You've heard the last few episodes. I mean, not the last episode, because last episode we really wanted to keep it clean with Grant and just talk movies, because that actually is one of our most listened to episodes of the entire year is the Academy Awards preview. When we just had our third one with Grant Pearson, and he's our movie guy. He is the expert. He watches all of the movies and some. So we really wanted to keep that one clean and just focus on the movies. But the 2 episodes before that, we were talking about your boy. We talking about your boy. And here's the thing. We've put out some social activity. Man, Ben, I don't know. I know the people that have been coming to me and telling me what they think. Not just about the show, but about you. And I know that those episodes have been very much listened to. Actually gained quite a bit of new audience. And I also know you're just silent. Well, except for the things you write in your monologue posts about, I don't know, practice, acting, and whatever it is you're doing. And maybe instead of taking selfies at the middle of rehearsal, you should be focusing. But that's just my opinion, sir. That is just my opinion. And we're all allowed to have it, right? Right, Benny? Here's the thing. He's been silent because he knows he was wrong. And he even put in his novels of a Facebook post, he even puts in there with all his faults. But you're not man enough to admit that this one, you done fucked up. No, sir. You just want to complain to others. That's okay. That's on you, dude. But because of that, we are, in fact, going to be inducting you into the Laugh With Me Banned List. Mr. Joy on Purpose is a character now that will live within the Laugh With Me universe forever and ever. And that, Johnny, that one's going to be fun. But before we begin that, before we move on into the next chapter of what Mr. Joy on Purpose is, which, by the way, I own now. I bet you should trademark that shit. You should have trademarked that shit. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. But before we get there, one more time for Ben. We're going to have a little fun. It's the Pepper Spray Singers featuring DJ Odie. It is the diss track of all diss tracks. Mr. Joy on Purpose.
Yeah. They call you Mr. Joy on Purpose. More like Mr. Talk Too Much on Purpose. You the self-help star of a stop strip mall, motivating voice, but your talent too small. Bad jokes, bad takes, big gut, thin skin. Every clip you post just proves you can't win. Got a script in your hand, still you flub every line. You are actor in your head, in real life it's a crime. Divorce on the shelf like your dusty awards, cause nobody bought into your cardboard heart. Mr. Joy on Purpose, you ain't fooling us. Mr. Opinionated on purpose, just bitter and sus. Fake smile, fake death, fake sermon at the surface. You ain't gatekeeping nothing cause the gate don't serve you. Mr. Joy on Purpose, we see straight through the circus. You sit high on a fold-out throne, preach it everybody like you wrote they soul. Call them lazy, call them lost, call them weak and broke, but you crumble when your own name's part of the joke. You a gatekeeper, bro, you guard in a shed. All that condescension just lives in your head. Talk kindness, talk grace, play saint on the feed, but off cam you treat your friends like they beneath your feet. Mr. Joy on Purpose, you ain't fooling us. Mr. Opinionated on purpose, just bitter and sus. Smile, fake death, fake sermon at the surface. You ain't gatekeeping nothing cause the gate don't serve you. Mr. Joy on Purpose, we see straight through the circus. You love giving notes, can't take one back. You love saying grow, but you stuck off track. Bad actor, bad timing, bad faith, bad laughs. Whole life is a rant and a half, that's facts. Mr. Joy on Purpose, you ain't fooling us. Mr. Opinionated on purpose, just bitter and sus. Fake smile, fake death, fake sermon at the surface. You ain't gatekeeping nothing cause the gate don't serve you. Mr. Joy on Purpose, we see straight through the circus. Yeah, yeah.
Ready for a different take on Formula One? Look no further than No Grip, a new podcast tackling the culture of motor racing's most coveted series. Join me, Lily Herman, as we dive into the underexplored pockets of F1, including the astrology of the current grid, the story of the sport's most consequential driver strike, and plenty of other mishaps, scandals, and sagas that have made Formula One a delightful, decadent dumpster fire for more than 75 years. Listen to No Grip on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Amanda Knox, and in the new podcast, Doubt, the Case of Lucy Letby, we unpack the story of an unimaginable tragedy that gripped the UK in 2023. But what if we didn't get the whole story?
Evidence has been made to fit.
The moment you look at the whole picture, the case collapses.
What if the truth was disguised by a story we chose to believe?
Oh my God, I think she might be innocent.
Listen to Doubt, the Case of Lucy Letby on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Special Agent Regal, Special Agent Bradley Hall.
In 2018, the FBI took down a ring of spies working for China's Ministry of State Security, one of the most mysterious intelligence agencies in the world.
The Sixth Bureau podcast is a story of the inner workings of the MSS and how one man's ambition and mistakes opened its vault of secrets.
Listen to The Sixth Bureau on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Clayton Eckerd. In 2022, I was the lead of ABC's The Bachelor.
But here's the thing. Bachelor fans hated him.
If I could press a button and rewind it all, I would.
That's when his life took a disturbing turn. A one-night stand would end in a courtroom.
The media is here. This case has gone viral.
The dating contract.
Agree to date me, but I'm also suing you.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
I'm Stephanie Young. Listen to Love Trapped on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.